Action for Humanity Canada is an aid group that has had a team in Gaza since the start of the war, providing the essentials to Palestinians and to hospitals. Joining me now is their CEO, Rania Lowendi, to discuss. Good morning. Thank you so much for being with us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Can you begin by telling us how long your team has been stationed in Gaza and what they are doing right now to assist those in need?
So actually, Action for Humanity has actual offices in Palestine. We're located in Ramallah, but also have staff in Gaza. So we were there pre all of this. We've been there for a few years now, aiding through sustainable development projects and obviously doing emergency relief when it's needed. So supplying medical aid to hospitals. We have a solar powered well that supplies water to over 15,000 inhabitants. We did rehabilitation of farmlands, etc. So just to give your viewers an idea, there's 2.5 million people in Gaza. Half of them are children, and unfortunately nobody can get in or out. And as you have been reporting, there's over 5,000 people who have passed away, who have been killed. 2,055 of them have been children. Over 1,000 are women, and almost 200 are elderly. And there's over 15,000 that are injured. So without humanitarian aid, being able to get in, and for us to be able to even give the aid that we have within Gaza, because of the constant bombing, because of the constant shelling, it is an absolute humanitarian crisis in a level we haven't seen before.
I have so many follow-up questions for you. You mentioned water, and we
Yeah.
understand that people are living on 3 liters of water a day. That is for drinking and for bathing. And you mentioned your solar-powered water system in Gaza. Is it still working?
Yes. So I need people to understand like access to clean water obviously is a critical issue. And it's not just around drinking. Think about hospitals, think about any of the centers. It's impossible to help the injured. There's many of our people on the ground and in Gaza who actually have run out of water. So it's not that they even have the 3 liters. Bathing is a luxury. Many people are even those who are near a coastline are taking water, salt water, and boiling it. The absolute absence of water is a huge crisis in Gaza right now. Yes, our because it is solar powered, Israel has obviously stopped all power to Gaza, and so the solar panels are able to provide water, and we're providing water for over 15,000 right now.
Another thing in short supply, incredibly short supply, is fuel. And none of the aid trucks that have gone through have had fuel on them. And of course, fuel is necessary to keep the hospitals operating. What are you hearing about the situation in hospitals right now? What's your team telling you?
So there, just to give your viewers an understanding, 30% of the infrastructure of Gaza has been demolished, and there are, I think, over 17 hospital centers that have some sort of destruction or completely bombed. Without fuel, like you said, it is impossible to operate. We were supplying fuel from inside to the hospitals. At the border, the Rafah border is the only way to get in to Gaza and give aid. And normally, 100 trucks a day would be going in to help the Palestinians without there being this type of bombing happening. And so yesterday, I think, or the day before, they allowed 20 trucks in. Yesterday was 14 trucks. That is a drop in the bucket. And Israel has ordered that no fuel be allowed to go in. And so essentially, this is a death sentence for anyone who's in a hospital, and you can't function, society can't function without fuel. Even if people want to get somewhere or escape bombing or escape anything, fuel is needed.
So there have been calls for some sort of ceasefire. We're monitoring what's happening at the UN right now. We heard from the Secretary General. He's asking for a ceasefire to allow more aid to get in. Ronnie, what are your thoughts around that? What do you think needs to happen in this moment, really, to help people who are struggling to survive right now?
So I think we need to understand that under international law, collective punishment is absolutely not allowed. what is happening with the hospitals, the bombing of hospitals, the lack of fuel, the lack of water, the lack of everything. All of this goes against international law. A complete ceasefire has to happen. This is unequivocally. There's not a single humanitarian or person who wouldn't really say otherwise. That is it. You know, there are aid workers who are dying. There's, by the way, 23 ambulances have been destroyed. It's impossible even to give aid while there's constant shelling and constant bombing, right? And so it's important for all of us, our viewers, please put pressure on the government to make sure that we put pressure for there to be a ceasefire. Unfortunately, what's happening now is really has become a genocide. More and more lives are going to be gone. I heard Israel had made an announcement that they're looking into months. They're thinking of ground invasion, and so we know that the death toll is going to keep rising. And without humanitarian aid coming in, and without there being a ceasefire, the numbers are going to be astronomical. And I want people to remember, it's not numbers. These are real people who have real families. Think of, my husband is diabetic. If somebody couldn't get insulin, they're going to die. There are over 50,000 pregnant women in Gaza as we speak, and the amount of children who are dying is also astronomical. We've never seen something like this before. So if it's very, very important that a ceasefire happens, but even when a ceasefire happens, they still go back to being in this open air prison where nothing comes in and nothing comes out, where there is very little hope for them. So it's important that we put the pressure that we can on our governments to give the Gazans the life that they deserve, and that they not be collectively punished and massacred in this way.
Rania Lewendi is the CEO of Action for Humanity Canada. Rania, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you very much.